Canelo comes out and does what Canelo should do, Canelo wins the fight. If Canelo comes out and does what he shouldn't do, Crawford wins the fight.
But with Crawford, what are Crawford's keys to victory when you are fighting someone like Canelo, who, albeit maybe not in height, but in stature, is a much bigger man than him?
Control the center of the ring.
What do you think about Terence Crawford calling out Canelo?
You know, I don't like that fight.
I say Terence win. Yes.
What? Terence win over Canelo.
Terence.
With Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez agreed to a mega fight, the boxing world is ablaze with predictions. There is disagreement among the many boxing greats and commentators who have offered their thoughts on how this bout may go. Some people think Crawford has a genuine chance of winning because of his abilities. Boxing icon Mike Tyson is against a fight between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford, while some contend that Canelo's stature and strength will be too much to handle. He thinks Crawford's stature and awkwardness caused him to struggle against Israel Madoff. Therefore, he says it would be foolish to fight Alvarez at 168 pounds.
What do you think about Terence Crawford calling out Canelo?
You know, I don't like that fight.
Why not?
I don't like that fight. It's just too much weight. You know, and he had a close fight with the last guy he fought, Terence, because this guy was big and he was awkward. He was really awkward. He shouldn't have fought that guy. Right. He should have fought a guy that was just come straight at him. The guy was too awkward.
He's herky-jerky, yeah.
David Benovitz's perspective on this fight is fascinating. In his opinion, Terence Crawford genuinely has a strong chance of winning. Given that Crawford possesses the abilities, mentality, and work ethic necessary to defeat Canelo, Benovitz would be shocked if he pulled off an upset.
Going to come to fruition in September. What are your thoughts on that bout?
I have nothing to say. It's a good fight, and it's a good fight. I wish both of them the best.
All right, next question. Do you use that for motivation at all? Like Canelo's,
I definitely do use that as motivation because if I was such an easy fighter and target, he would have came and beat me already. Just for him not fighting me lets me know how dangerous I am.
How would you approach a fight?
Is there scissors? Is there scissors? Ask for scissors. Go ahead.
How would you approach a fight with Terence Crawford if it was you against Crawford?
To be honest with you, if I fought Terence Crawford, I would definitely use my size, my reach, my weight to my advantage. Crawford is a very smart fighter, but I guess thankfully I'm not fighting him.
Benitez acknowledges, though, that he doesn't actually want this battle to occur. He notes that Canelo is the money fight and that everyone wants to challenge him, but he doesn't personally support Crawford gaining that much weight.
Crawford throwing his hat in to want to fight Canelo at 168.
I mean, everybody wants to fight Canelo. It's the money fight. You know what I mean? I think even Inoue would come up to fight Canelo. Canelo wanted to fight him. I mean, I don't want to see Crawford to fight Canelo, to be honest with you, but it would be. I'm not saying it wouldn't be a great fight. It would be a great fight, but I feel like if I deserve my opportunity, and and after this fight, what else are they gonna say? You know what I mean? This is a tough fight. You know, the top WBC, the top people ranked at the WBC are fighting each other. So I mean, it should be an easy call. If I can't get those fights, then I'll go up to fight Bivol, or I'll go try to, I set my conquest on 175. Like I said, I don't want no handouts either. I want to, earn my spots everywhere I go, even at 175. But I see that weight class. I want to become champion at 175, and that's exactly what I'm going to do.
As a skilled technician himself, Alexander Usyk views this bout as a contest between talent and size. Usyk is putting his trust in ankles because he believes that the sharper and more technically skilled boxer, Crawford, will have the advantage. He admits that Canelo is the bigger fighter by nature, which will affect the fight. In his opinion, Inkills wins fights.
Fight between Canelo and Terence Crawford.
Yeah.
How do you see that fight? Who
I
do you
like Terence. It's
wow,
my friend, but it's crazy man. Listen, I say Terence win. Yes.
What? Terence win over Canelo.
Yes, Terence win. But listen, Terence, it's different man. Terence work in две стойка.
Two sides.
Two sides.
Right.
And
switch hitter.
Yes. He's a switch hitter.
Yes.
Right and left. But it's very smart man. It's very, very, very smart. But feel distance and plays like
adjustments.
Spacing,
exactly.
boxing.
You don't think the weight difference will be a factor too much?
Mario, you're asking him.
That's why. That's why I'm asking exactly.
Canelo big, yeah. Canelo too. It's a good boxer, but I say Terence.
Wow.
Another great who has made a prediction about this fight is Roy Jones Jr., and he sees two possible outcomes. He thinks Canelo will prevail if he enters the battle in peak physical condition and fights the way he should. Terence Crawford will, however, take advantage of Canelo's weakness and guarantee Jones Jr.'s victory. The version of Canelo that appears that evening determines height.
Yeah, because a lot of people are saying like, hey, forget about Canelo. That was a tough fight with Madrimov. Go ahead and give Boots a shot. Give Boots the chance. But Eddie's saying, hey, I think Crawford's saying, hey, give me the Canelo fight or I'm not fighting. I'm done.
Why? What do you got to prove to Boots?
Mm-hmm.
Boots trying to take over and start beating the guys around him, prove that he's the best of that group. Bud is in a group above him. Bud don't need to come back down to 47 to meet him. That's crazy. Why would he? Bud looking to try to make history and get out. Get his big bank and get out. His big bank is who? Canelo. He willing to take that gamble, see if he can beat him. If he beats him, he may go fight Benavidez next. If he don't beat him, he say, okay, I took it as high as I could go. I'm done.
That'd be crazy. That'd be crazy if he gets the win. Like, oh my God.
Having sparred with Terence Crawford, Sean Porter is apprehensive about this battle. Crawford is a strong and durable fighter, he admits, but he questions if he will be able to absorb Canelo's might. Porter is aware of Crawford's physical prowess, but it may be different when he faces a fighter like Canelo, who has defeated larger opponents. Even though Crawford is an excellent defensive player, he thinks it may be difficult to take strikes from someone like Canelo.
They say like, no, that's 2 more weight classes. Like once he gets touched by Canelo, it's going to be different.
I am concerned about him absorbing a Canelo punch, especially through the course of 12 rounds. We do know this about Canelo. He's going to slow down, so I think if anything, Canelo would try to start fast and bang on him and break him down before he gets later, and he still got that kind of steam. But, there's so many components that make a champion. There's so many components that make a great, a legend. It's just so much to go into. It's a conversation that lasts an hour easily when we talk about all of the components that Terence Crawford has, all of the components that Canelo have, and how we find how they even out and who trumps one another, you know what I mean? We tried to do that with Errol Spence and Terence Crawford, and we see how that panned out, you know what I mean?
Terence Crawford has received a direct warning from Amir Khan, who has already faced Canelo, to avoid this fight. Khan believes Crawford shouldn't take that chance because he understands what it's like to get struck by Canelo. He thinks Crawford could have a rough time, and that going up to 168 pounds is simply too much for him.
I don't think that should happen. Look, I like Crawford, and I think Canelo is a beast that way. Honestly, I would advise Crawford not to do that.
Canelo versus Jamel Charlo playing out.
I think Canelo just outboxes. Well, no, doesn't outbox him, but I think just outpowers him and beats him to the punch. And you do give Canelo does have some sort of like decent speed as well. So I think Canelo just wins that fight easy.
Would it be a knockout?
Could be, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard.
Terence Crawford, according to former champion Caleb Plant, is dangerous in every bout because of his strength and distinctive fighting technique. Although he admits that the weight differential has a role, he also notes that Crawford has demonstrated his capacity for adaptation. Plant believes that this bout may be more competitive than people anticipate because of Crawford's boxing approach and IQ.
Terence is not a regular guy, you know what I'm saying? He's special. And, Canelo, he's a top-notch fighter, world-class fighter, still on the pound-for-pound list, I'm sure towards somewhere near the top, and it's exciting. Terence is freakishly strong. He can punch. He's got good crack. He can fight from both ways. Orthodox southpaw. He can fight at mid-range, close range, outside, and he can fight going both ways. So it's exciting. It's exciting. It's a big question mark on the end of it though. So that's why I'm sure all of us are excited for that bell to ring and be able to find out firsthand.
Teofimo Lopes isn't giving Crawford much of a chance in this battle, because he thinks Canelo will eventually land a major punch that would end the bout by knockout because he is just too big, too strong, and too experienced at heavier weights.
What round does Crawford get knocked out? I'm gonna put 8. Let's put it on the universe. So I'm gonna put it on 8. 8. And if it goes the other way, I 8. you know, at 8. So yeah, Ryan, Joe, and Eddie Reynoso also. That'd be cool, man. We all get work. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have our own underground boxing, me and Ryan, before we fight.
Teofimo Lopes and Ryan Garcia both think that Canelo's stature and strength will be too much for Crawford to handle. Likes Crawford's abilities.
Changes everything with one punch. And I can see the same thing. I mean, you saw Canelo Alvarez fighting Amir Khan. Now, look at this. Terence Crawford moved from 47 to 54 to fight Madrimov. What did he do to Madrimov? Nothing.
A lot.
Okay, Madrimov was a 54-pounder. Now, to move up to 168, that's 2 more divisions. Canelo Alvarez will take any punch from Crawford, but I don't think Crawford will take any punches from Canelo. Remember, Canelo got hit by Triple G, the heaviest hitter in that division. And Canelo took those shots like a champ. I don't think Crawford has anything to beat Canelo.
But he doesn't think he has the physicality necessary to take on a 168-pound fighter like Canelo.
It's gonna be a great fight too. I can't believe they made that happen. Turkey's been making a lot of great fights happen. You can't really hate on it. But I'm excited for that. I know Canelo, he's so big, so strong, and I think he'll be just too big. I mean, weight classes matter for a reason.
Last question, Ali. He said Teofimo and Boots are going to be on your October undercard.
Oh, yeah,
and
I
the
heard
winners
that.
would fight each other. Is that what you were told?
I didn't know that, but I'm down. I don't care. Let's do it. I wanted to fight Teofimo too.
Last one. I gotta do this. I agree with you that there's just like there's a lot of sanctioning bodies, there's a lot of promoters, there's gonna be more testing organizations, not just one. Tell me about that. Why are you so adamant about no body?
I think that when a coach is pushing a certain organization, it just strikes me off weird. And for it to be like a mandatory thing, like why can't I use another organization, you know? But again, I don't want to talk about them because, you know, it might